Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Look Back. This is an exciting episode for me to do. It's that time of the year again. Ashlee Simpson is coming on an anniversary of her album releases, and it's not just any album this time, but it's Autobiography. Autobiography is a seminal classic in the pop world, especially when you look back at the whole MTV TRL era. It sold nearly 400,000 copies in its first week, it debuted at #1, it yielded a #1 pop single, it is certified triple platinum, and it's pretty mind-blowing that we're coming on the 11th year of its release. As we all know, the album was documented with the Ashlee Simpson show. It was the perfect promotional vehicle for the album, and the album would not have been the same without it. The show was launched at the height of the TRL era, and it gave an inside look on how the album was being created, and we got to know Ashlee a little bit more. We saw an insight in her personal life, including the fall of her relationships, and finding new love and having fun with her friends. Thanks to the dream team that she aligned herself with on this album, John Shanks and Cara DioGuardi, Ashlee became the new teen idol. She was the new Britney. Well, the anti-Britney. Overnight, she just seemed to blow up out of nowhere. All it took was her honest, relatable lyrics, a few folky guitar chords, and the world fell in love with her. Now, it's no secret that Autobiography didn't have the perfect album campaign. After its release, there was a few bumps in the road. Everything really was perfect until Saturday Night Live, and unfortunately, Ashlee's career never really recovered since then. She bounced back, but not at the height that she really was during this album. It really is such a shame because Ashlee has an incredible talent. She's a great songwriter for once. She knows exactly what her audience wants, and she's able to talk to them on their level. It's not this whole she is a pop star, but it's not this whole larger than life persona. Through Ashlee's music, she kind of talks to you as if you're her peer and she's singing about the same things that you're feeling. That's why I am such a big fan of Ashlee, and that's why I was such a big fan, well, still am a big fan of Autobiography. Autobiography for me was that coming of age record. We all have one. I was 15 when the album came out, so clearly I was just starting to grow up and just starting to come into my own. And that's a big part of why I love Autobiography so much. All the songs are, of course, amazing, and of course it's her debut album, so usually artists' debut albums are incredible. But there's something very real and something very honest and something very relatable about Ashlee's record. That's why I've always admired Ashlee, because it's not this whole larger-than-life persona, but it's someone that I can relate to and someone that I feel like I really know because of how honest she is in her records and how honest she is in her music and how well she came off in her reality show. She was completely likable, she was completely relatable, and she was completely transparent on the kind of music she wanted to deliver at that time. Ask anyone, everyone had this album, everyone listened to Pieces of Me, and everyone loved this album. It was definitely a big part of my generation's coming of age. It helped a lot of people find themselves when they were going through that time where they were looking for themselves and molding this adult identity, and that relates to me as well. I think the thing that I love most about this album is that it taught me that I shouldn't be afraid to be myself. And then with SNL, she showed me and she showed her fans that it was okay to trip and fall on your face, and it was okay to be weak, and it's okay to pick yourself back up and to keep going and to come out from this lesson and learn something from it and become stronger. That's why I love Ashlee, and that's why I think she's such a terrific role model, because she is the definition of fearless. And that's why I've been so loyal to Ashlee over the years, because she's taught me such an important life lesson, and I'm so grateful that I was to learn it from someone that I really admire at such a young age. Now, before I get too preachy about Ashlee and Autobiography, I just want to go right into the important stuff, the music. It really is kind of tough for me to pick a favorite from the album, because I really think start to finish, it's flawless. Still to this day, when I hear the opening chords of Pieces of Me, I get a little bit choked up. It was the beginning of all of it, and it was a huge moment, and her hugest moment to date. Other great highlights are La La. Obviously, it's the most rock moment on the record. It's just Ashlee being cheeky and being a little sexy and kind of just letting loose. I love when she shows that side of her in her music. Love Me For Me is another great one. It's totally empowering, and it's just got this great message to it for young girls. The album closer, Undiscovered, is obviously a great one. It's such an underrated gem in Ashlee's discography. I love when she would play it acoustically on tour. It's definitely the heart of the album, and yeah, it's perfect. Now, when it comes down to things I would have changed about the era, I really don't know, because Autobiography was subjected to something that a lot of people don't go through, and a lot of eras that really don't have to deal with something to that magnitude. So obviously I would change Saturday Night Live. Single-wise, I probably would have not changed anything. I thought Pieces of Me was great to introduce her to people. I thought Shadow was great because it touched on the family, and I thought Lala was great because it was a fan favorite. Autobiography was supposed to be the third single instead of Lala, so I'm interested to see how that would have performed. If the album was allowed a fourth single, I would have totally said for Surrender to be one. It's the poppiest song on the record, and it definitely has the most radio-friendly sound to it besides Pieces of Me. But honestly, it's hard to say because I feel like everything that happened was done very well, especially given the circumstances that occurred during this album. If you're going to do anything today, I hope you're listening to Ashlee's Autobiography. I know I will be listening to it all day. I'll be jamming at my desk, and I'm happy that she released this record. I don't know if she's releasing music anymore in the future, but at least we have this album to look back on, and I truly believe that even 10 years from now, when we're talking about it on its 21st anniversary, that it still will stand the test of time and still remain this beautiful pop album. So Ashlee, thank you for releasing Autobiography. You've touched the lives of millions throughout that record, and you've made me the person who I am through that record. That's about it for this episode of Look Back. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. I want to know if you guys love Autobiography and what some of your favorite songs are from the record, so leave a comment below and I will definitely talk about this. I could talk about this all day. Remember to subscribe to this channel to see episodes of Look Back and episodes of Popology Now TV and other special videos first, and I will see you guys next time.